Remember Metal Gear Solid? Check this out.
Raiden, are you having fun playing with the new AI toys?
Well, yeah, I am. You can make pictures of cute anime girls and...
Enjoy it while it lasts, Raiden.
What do you mean?
Did you really think that civilians would be granted unrestricted access to such powerful military weapons forever?
Military weapons. Are you implying that this technology was created by the government?
Of course it was. This AI technology has been used by the intelligence agencies to warp the public's perception of reality for years. All in the name of national security, of course.
But why would they suddenly make the tech public and let everyone start using it?
Why would we indeed, Raiden?
What? What in the hell are you?
Your question is irrelevant. By creating a new problem, we can cultivate a desired reaction to it in order to manufacture consent for our preferred solutions. In short, it's justification for a war.
A war? On who or what?
A war on misinformation. By arming the public with these AI weapons, everyone becomes a potential enemy combatant. Then we will have justification for unprecedented security measures. It all comes down to confusion and identity, Raiden.
Identity?
Identity. This AI technology is Pandora's box. Pretty soon the internet will be mired in total illusion. Perfect AI speech, audio, and video synthesis will drown out reality. Then AI bots will flood social media. No one will be able to tell.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat, Kokadash Brakatham, Call Law, Yahweh Shemiah Shai, that will honor our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you, brothers at that teaching, enduring truth, sincerity. This Rob Amar from the Nebraska camp. This is Jim Metz, in Fort, Nebraska. Yeah, I was just watching. There's a couple videos that's swarming around, but this like Metal Gear Solid thing. It's very interesting, especially considering that the sequence of events where I forget who exactly. I'm gonna put up in post production, Abarataza, but there was showing a video of how pretty much they want to start policing the internet. Pretty much have everybody sign up and do certain things. And, just me connecting dots, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's true or not, but it's a hell of a, coinky dink, and we know there is no coincidences, but the thing is that AI can generate any kind of image, it can even do videos. I remember when it first came out and they had Obama kicking down a door, they had, they'll put celebrities saying things that they didn't say, put them in commercials, all kind of things. And then they'll release it to the public, pretty much, giving the public, hey, this is what you should do it with, this is what you should do with it, in type of incentive, and then turn around and release it to them, and they're going to do the same thing. Just like one of the prime examples that I've seen is that you'll see like a UFC fighter get knocked out, right? It was an ad that I always seen, like some type of UFC fighter get knocked out, then they'll transition to him either cooking, cleaning, riding a bike or something like that, doing some regular stuff, and it'll get everybody the kicks, give me my kicks, I thought it was funny myself. But then, a couple, like a month ago, I started seeing ads saying, hey, do you want to do this? Pretty much telling you that nobody in general was doing that. It was an app they created and they was putting out, and then they'll come back later and say, hey, you want to do something like that? This is the app that do that. Okay, showing you that they pretty much put in your face through propaganda, okay, and then turn around and say, hey, you could do it too. And now you got, which is a wickedly genius idea. You've incentivized attention, okay, to AKA going viral, right? Just like the guy with the Trump saying about the taxes on child support and all that, and Jake just run with it, That's another thing, man. And that's because at the end of the day, the prophets are going to be the ones to circumvent these things, because the Lord, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit will help us, but with that being said, you're supposed to be like the Church of Berea. You're supposed to double and triple check things that Esau puts out there. You know what I'm saying? And, just not go off of speculation, but getting back to the subject at hand, which the prophets would do. So you're not going to be able to fool the prophets. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to, as the scriptures say, there's no enchantment against Jacob. Meaning, because the Lord's over everything, man, and he's going to guide us in the right way where you're not going to be able to, trick us into doing something silly, right? So this Metal Gear Solid was referencing how, AI will pollute the universe, through lies and things like that, right? And then you get, the government saying they want to police the internet, not shut down sites, because you can shut down sites, okay? You could just shut a site down. You could just shut down these porno sites. You could shut down the dark web, okay? You could just shut shit down, okay? Why are you letting certain social media things stay up? Just like Elon Musk, he bought Twitter specifically to allow people to say what they want, pretty much allowing the rolling boil to continue to happen and increase even. Okay? It all makes sense at the end of the day once you start connecting, really letting the smoke settle, man. Because sometimes you got to do that as well. You got to, Esau say something, you kind of know it's like, nah, bro, something weird about this shit. And it's like, nah, let me sit and wait and watch. And it start manifesting on what he's trying to do. Okay? But like I said, they sit here and release this AI, gave everybody the ideas, and then release it, and now they're perpetuating their ideas, trying to go viral because they get paid for attention. So they'll say any and everything. Now you're flooding the market with lies, and you don't know what's the truth and what's a lie. So now somebody could get on the internet and say the truth, or a cherry can actually pop up, and they can say, "Oh, that's AI. We got to arrest this guy for lying on the internet." And policing, because once they're done with it, they're just gonna do like they do with the immigrants, man. They let them in to sustain the infrastructure of America, and then they got the AI machines to replace everybody. Now they go kick everybody out. All right, but the Lord said, "You shall build, but I shall throw down." Okay, matter of fact, let's get that. So when we go into Malachi 1:4, it says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord hath indignation forever." All right, and when you go into that word indignation, it's Tazaim. It says to denounce, express indignation, be indignant, to have indignation, be indignant, be angrily indignant, be defiant, to be abhorrent, which is similar to hating, to express indignation in speech, denounce, curse, to show indignation, show anger. So we're gonna go to the etymology to indignant. All right, indignant means impatient, reluctant. Indignant represent participle to be displeased, be offended, resent, deem unworthy. All right, and it's the opposite of, and indignance is worthy. You're not worthy. All right, you're not worthy to run this planet. You're not worthy to establish laws. You're not worthy to live here. And it's proof in the pudding from the things that you've established and doing. All right. Ultimately, you want to chip everybody, man. So, and rule over everybody. All right. This God complex that Esau suffers from, and that you 2/3 in heathens turn a blind eye to, man. Okay. But Esau, and I'm gonna read this scripture, but again, this verse in particular, it means something different. But now break that down just for edification's sake. But this is what scripture came to mind very heavy. All right. And it says, and this is Revelation chapter 12. The point is in 15. Okay. But I start at 15, but there's more to it. All right. Speaking on a woman and the woman being carried away, things like that. It's talking about Israel being carried away, to the Americas to be nurtured. You know what I'm saying? And that nurtured is pretty much sustained. All right. Because we weren't generally nurtured here. You know what I'm saying? But we were kept and we're able to be managed, if that makes sense. All right. But getting into Revelation 12:15, it says, and the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood after the woman. All right. And that serpent is talking about Esau. You know what I'm saying? In that time, it was during the Renaissance. It was a lot of lies and a lot of things being poured out. But and it says, Salakia, in the earth, Salakia, it says, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And that earth is representing, like the archaeology, the truth that comes, the facts that comes that you can't deny, mainly through the archaeology, the icons, certain historical books that were hidden, or overlooked. All right. Because there's so much information that was going out that Esau couldn't get his hands on it, but he was trying through the Crusades, things like that. He was trying through, through the Renaissance, pushing out lies, okay? Because, it's crazy. I'm thinking about the Crusades. It's crazy how they was doing that, and they was taking all these artifacts, man, which I want to get into through the spirit, man. It's a lot of wickedness that Esau's been doing throughout the world, spreading his lies, all right? But the Lord ultimately is going to let the truth rear his head out, all right? And you ain't going to be able to deny what's on the table, okay? And getting back to the revelation, that dragon pouring out that water, man, it's like this situation we're going through now is very similar, all right? Instead of Renaissance, we got AI. We could call it the digital Renaissance, as your brother Ariala referenced. Dope concept, you know what I'm saying? The digital Renaissance, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, so pretty much, this information that's going out and being pushed out and about, man, it's eye-opening. It's very insightful, but at the same time, there's a whole bunch of lies that's being pushed out as well. All right, very, very heavy lies, and now Esau has allowed that floodgate to open. Okay, he allowed not only allowed the floodgate to open, he created the corridors. You know what I'm saying? He created the avenues to let it pile up, let it go, antagonized it to make people go more, and then he's going to come out with a law. Once he's done with all the stuff he wanted to push out and let everybody, you on AI, you're typing this up, you're typing that up, it's going into the system. All right, so you're going to be labeled and regulated. All right, and then he got his lies he's pushing out, and all that's going to just build up. And then he's going to create this law that says, hey, you got to register to be on the internet. All right. then it's gonna eventually get to your ESGs and the regulation of how they're trying to do it, man. Because like Trump said, they're competing with China, and China's a communist country. All right, everything got to be tapped in through the government, man. Every single thing. How many kids you have, your phone, all that, man. You walking around going shopping, you get scanned, you can't do nothing about it. Your face get recognized, they'll publicly shame you. You know, this is who they're competing with. And the only way you can compete with communism is you can't beat them, join them. Because you can't sit here and have everybody free and liberal. And then you got a country that's so strict that's saying you can't spend this much or you can't live like this. Everything is for the economy. And you think that, you know, everybody as individuals can make more money than somebody that's penny pinching. You know, if that makes sense. All right, it'll be very difficult. So they're following suit and patterns and technologies and ideas, man. You know, and eventually everybody's gonna be like China, if you want to put it like that, man. You know, everybody's gonna be chipped up. Everybody's gonna be watched, regulated, surveilled. What the hell you think is the school system for? It's to program you ultimately for the MOTB. They're going to get to the point that, you know, you're not going to need education anymore. All right? These kids are dumb as hell, man. But they also are smart as hell too, because they have access to these phones and all this information. It's going to get to a point you're not going to need education anymore, because you could just go to the internet and you could just say things. Okay? You know, hey Siri, how do you put a alternator in a car? And it'll show you by video. You don't gotta be no mechanic no more. They'll show you all the tools. AI give you all the tools. Might even 3D print it for you. You know, or do whatever. You're not gonna need these things anymore. And that's what Esau's trying to head towards. And once you make humans obsolete, mechanics, doctors, you know, your infrastructure, your backbone of your infrastructure, once you make them obsolete, then you can enslave anybody and everybody without a conscience, because you didn't download it. You know, you're like a Thanos, man. You're taking everybody's stones, man. You're taking all the engineer, you know, powers. You're taking all the doctor's powers, and you're harnessing it into this data system. And once you do that, you're not gonna need anybody. All right. What's that? Kung Fu Panda 3. This is a decent movie. I watched it with my kids, you know. But you know, it had this enemy supervillain that was harvesting all the other bad supervillains' powers and draining them and creating this, you know, so he could harness and use it for himself, man. And he enslaved the rest of them, the other supervillains, you know. And so this is what Esau's doing through AI. He's harnessing all the knowledge in the world. All right. And it tells you that Slacky, I'm typing it in real quick. So we're going to go into the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee shall deceive thee. You know, Salakia, so really the point is in 6. I went through it. But the hidden things, Esau has a lot of, you know, let me see here. Call Allah Yabashim Al-Shai. In Ezekiel 28:3, and it also says, you know, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel, and there's no secret that they can hide from thee. You know, because Esau, and that's referencing to Esau because he does his digging, research from Tesla to all kind of other shit. They go and do their digging and looking up, and they're, you know, they find out ways. They got think tanks. They got scientists. They're still scientists. They're, just like they did with the World War. They stole the German scientists and created nuclear harnessing power. Now they're trying to create this willow chip. Okay, well, they've created this willow chip that can go into a parallel universe, i.e., Doctor Strange type of stuff, to where you can go out 1,000 accurate scenarios, hundreds and hundreds of accurate scenarios, and damn near play out what a person's life would be like, what they'll do from point A to point B. And they're saying that this computer don't mess up. It's so accurate that it can go into different worlds and say that just this is what you're doing, a parallel universe and this universe and that universe. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to merge humans and computers, but people aren't just going to hop up and let them do it. So they have to create, certain events and things like that. So it's a problem, reaction, solution to get the people to abide by their new laws. All right. And people are going to do it because they, just like this 2020 situation. Problem, reaction, solution. Now you got to be regulated to travel here or there. But we know what 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter says, when it says many shall want to go to a city, but they should not be able. All right, because they're creating these 15-minute cities. All right, via through these fires. Hawaii's going to end up being a 15-minute city, and they're going to tell you a lie as to why it happened. And that's Esau. They'll create a law and then say, it's the law. And they yell that out like nigga, you gotta, but you're creating the laws. You're creating the problems and you're creating the laws. All right? Just like I was watching this one video I put at the end showing how Esau talking about the immigrants and they gotta go, and the other guy, which I believe, and I agree with LD Ashwamba, I believe it's scripted just to antagonize people and get them stirred up. But it's true indeed, that they say, oh man, yeah, y'all sitting here, we got to kick all the in. Like, well, what about y'all with the natives? Oh, why you got to bring up the past? Why you got to do that? And then you say, well, it's the law. You got to come through the front door. Y'all didn't, but Esau didn't come through the front door. And it's all about morale, not the law. Because Esau's law reminds me of Solomon's judgment. It would never compare with the woman that had the baby and the other woman took it. Both women had the baby. One of the women rolled over on the baby and the baby died. And then the woman took the other baby and claimed it as hers. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and Solomon said he was going to split the baby, and a woman that screamed out for to say, hey, you know what, just let her have it. Like that's a morale judgment. Esau say, well, your baby's 10-15, 10-15, this person, you're a criminal, so you can't. And they'll try to do it by the book, man. I've been in court, bro, and it's like, damn, bro, you can't judge people by a book. You can't judge morale by numbers. All right? And by case 13, section 88, because you can't look at nobody and see that this person is lying and telling the truth. You avoid a judgment. But this is the people that's ruling the earth. Just like they're talking about, AI system would deem if you fit for a job and not fit for a job. And it's like, come on now, you're going to see yourself as fit out the gate because you avoid a judgment. You're not able to look at somebody. That's why you got to do all this background checking and doing all this shit, because you can't evaluate a person out the gate. You don't have that spiritual awareness to assess people, man. But I don't want to drag it out. Got obligations. With that being said, we give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wachakodash, double honors our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Goodbye to the universe as we know it. Google's quantum chip defies scientists and speaks of parallel universes. Get ready. On Monday, Google announced Willow, the newest and most powerful quantum computing chip. While the claims of speed and reliability for the chip were certainly impressive, what really surprised the tech world was a far more contentious claim buried in the blog post announcing it. Now, the reason for this, according to Hartmut Nevin, the head of Google Quantum AI, was that the performance of the Willow chip was so phenomenally fast that it had borrowed the computation from parallel universes and to the multiverse being parallel universes. What? So the fundamental advance that underlies Willow's performance stems from its capacity to execute calculations at a significantly faster rate than traditional computers, leveraging quantum entanglement, a phenomenon in which particles remain interconnected across considerable distances. This capability enables quantum computers to tackle complex problems that classical computers are incapable of addressing even in their preliminary stages. But Willow don't make no errors. And they're claiming that Willow derives its speed from tapping computational power from other universes. Now, a multiverse is nothing new to physics. It's just basically another name for parallel universes. One interpretation says that every possible outcome of every quantum event actually occurs in some universe or other. So they're saying Willow is a hint that we are living. Goodbye.